Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Monday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. You need a roof, you call Parish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Bocock Brothers, Premium Cigars. Remember, use the code MAT15, MAT15, MAT15 to save 15% off your order. All right. Appreciate everybody. Whoops. Appreciate everybody who came and stopped by yesterday while we did the post-game show for the Saints Chargers. We'll delve into a little bit of that in case you didn't hear any of my comments on the post game. And then also LSU's back on the practice field today, and we do get to watch the full practice. So there were some Chicken Littles who thought we might not get to go into practice anymore after the Nuss thing. But got to watch full practice Saturday, and then we get full availability today. Tomorrow we just get the end of practice, which I would prefer because when they let us in for the beginning, it's just some individual. When we go in for the end of practice, we typically get to see an 11-on-11 team period. So full practice today on Monday, limited viewing on Tuesday, no availability Wednesday, Thursday. We've not yet heard about Friday, Saturday. Okay, Saints lose 27-13 to the Chargers. Final score is really inconsequential. Just not a thing that really matters. In a preseason game, it's more it's more an opportunity to get your guys out there to play against another team and then to see what you have. Like, I guess part of my point with the Saints this year, normally in a preseason game, your starters aren't out there, so it's hard to judge. Like, for example, yesterday, the Chargers so the Chargers started Taylor Heineke and then played Trey Lance, then DJU, right? And I look at that and I go, what do you take from that at all from LA? Like, everything they're going to be, whatever they're going to be, it's going to be on the back of Justin Herbert. And he didn't play. So, what does it matter? The problem that I have with the Saints offense struggling the way it did is that you had Rattler and Shuck out there. And those are the guys you're going to count on. So now, you'd be very consistent. As I said this all last year, not judging Spencer Rattler on last year because it's hard to judge Rattler as a rookie quarterback going against NFL defenses, like Sunday NFL defenses, not preseason, like Sunday NFL defenses when he basically had a preseason roster. You're missing 3 starting offensive linemen. You got no Kamara. You got no Taysom Hill. You got no Kamara at the end of the season. Olave, Shaheed, all those guys are going. It's like, what are your preseason roster? So similar to yesterday. But you would also hope that your starting quarterback would elevate you. And it didn't really happen. Shuck had an ugly pick 6, really nice touchdown pass to Mason Tipton. Rattler was pretty steady, didn't make any mistakes, but wasn't really great. Did have the strip sack. That was Dylan Radins gave up the pressure on the strip sack. I mean, there's some stuff in the game like, they muff a punt. You started there 17 and you end up with 4th and goal at the 1 and you get thrown for a loss. Like, those types of things are disappointing. I thought the highlight of the game for the Saints was special teams. More think about it. Kendra Miller had a long return. And let's see, Kendra Miller had a 36-yard return. Velus Jones had a 46-yard return. Groupie made his field goal from 31. Charlie Smith made his field goal from 50. Though both punters are pretty good as well. Got to see Kai Kroger and James Byrne both punted 3 times. So Kroger hit a 52-yarder. Byrne pinned him inside the 20 twice. So all the special teams are actually pretty good. All right, let's say some good morning, see what y'all got. Fire away. Devin, what up? Bubba Smith, good morning. Hey, Jerry, good morning. Ben, good morning. Today's the day, the tying day, right, Thomas? So we break the record tomorrow. But I don't know what I'm going to do for morning Scone tomorrow, Thomas, because tomorrow's Drew's first day of school, and he's got to get dropped off between 7:30 and 8. So that means I really have to leave the house. Like, I got to be out of the house by 7:30. I mean, I probably got to wake him up by 7:15. So I got to be done with morning Scone then. So do we go earlier is the question. Need to know what y'all think. Hey, Kelly, good morning. Jerry, it's no biggie. I mean, in the grand scheme, it is no biggie. That's true. Hey, Dane, good morning. James, Dev, think Rattler's going to start the season. Looks better, more comfortable, makes better decisions. I think that's very fair and sensible. He has a year of NFL experience under his belt. So none of those things are new for him. They're new for Tyler Shuck. I think the question is, you have 3 more weeks till the opener. How much more comfortable can Tyler Shuck get? And at what point, if you are struggling offensively, do you give Shuck a chance? Because that's when you, like, this is one of those things, the old cliche, like the most popular guy on the team is the backup quarterback. This is going to be one of those types of years because the offense, you don't have a clear-cut definitive number one. The offense is probably going to struggle, and so everybody's going to want to see the backup, whoever it is. Whoever it is. Doesn't matter, Hain or Shuck. Everyone's going to be clamoring for that at some point. I hope everyone is fully recovered and realizes it's just preseason. Brian Wynn, good morning. Christian, good morning, Matt. Level of gaslighting done by the media on Bama is wild. The same team that lost to OU, Vandy, and Michigan. Completely agree. Actually, it's not the same team because they lost their quarterback. They have a quarterback that's never taken a meaningful snap in his career. Who's going to be starting this season? I'm not expecting them to lose to Florida State, but man, I'm really hoping they lose to Florida State. The panic and the melt would be epic. Again, I don't think they will, but that is a true road game in Tallahassee. New quarterback, all that sort of stuff. Let's see. Major cuts, Hainer and Foskey. I certainly agree on Foskey. Hainer's interesting. It's just a matter of they're going to keep 3. Can they cut Hainer and sign him to the practice squad? And I don't know. I mean, we thought the same thing about Ian Book. Remember, Ian Book was a 4th-round pick. They cut him with the intention of signing the practice squad, and the Eagles picked him up, put him on their active roster. So I don't know that I would go so far as to guarantee that that Hainer would be cut. Hey, Henry, morning. I know it's a long way to go in recruiting. It's very disheartening to hear On3 and rivals say Michigan's now a strong favorite to land Elijah Haven. You're right. It's a long way to go. Hey, Thomas, Saints lose, and the crew of Dale will be crying shortly. Typical Monday. Tiger Poppy, going to be a long season. Go Saints. Tiger Diver, what's going on? Stat Dub, huge UFC CBS deal for $7.7 billion. Really? Let's see that. Paramount buys UFC rights in $7.7 billion 7-year deal. Wow. So they're getting them from ESPN. Hmm. Full slate of 13 marquee events, 30 fight nights. All matches will be streamed in the US via Paramount Plus. Wow. Select events will be simulcast on CBS. Wow. That is significant. Paramount won't charge users for Dish. Wow, that's great. So it eliminates the pay-per-view model. Oh, wow. I love that. I love that. No, that's great. So Paramount, $12.99 a month. So this is interesting. So $12.99 a month times 12 months. So you spend $150 on the year and you get all UFC fights. I'm telling you, I probably would watch more of the main cards if I didn't have to buy them on pay-per-view. And if I get them all for $150. Okay. I love that. That's great. Devin, who else misses Drew Brees and Sean Payton? Can't dwell on that, bro. They ain't coming back. So got to look forward. Got to figure it out. Hey, Weston, good morning. Brent, good morning. Jerry, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Tyler, as of right now, my opinion, shucks ahead. Roll with the rookie. Live with the ups and downs. I don't know how you could think shucks ahead. Especially, Tyler, I guess maybe a big part of it is I don't know if you've listened to or heard any of the practice reports, because it's pretty clear to everybody who's been out there that Rattler has been better at practice, and Rattler got the start. Now, my guess is in the second preseason game, they'll flip that and they'll let Shuck start. Anyway, after the drop. See, the thing about it, their stat dub, is if we do it after the drop off, I'm doing it on my phone. And there are days where I have to go like right into meetings. So if I do it on my phone, then we're not getting comments, at least not like we do here. And then, there's some days where I got to go right to a meeting, stack meetings in the morning after I'll drop off Drew, because the closer I get to my show, the more like locked in I am to the show. Good morning from San Antonio. Good morning, Josh. Hey, Matt, when does Drew start back? Tomorrow. Tomorrow's first day. Lewis, let's see, Matt, do you think the offense will work out the issues and be pretty good? So you got to kind of define work out the issues, because, I mean, let's just be very clear. When you add Olave and Shaheed and Kamara, and your starting offensive line, like, that's going to make you better. Now, another thing we got to see, and we'll see an update, is what's up with Penning and Will Clapp. And Penning is your starting left guard, and he went down and went into the injury tent and then got carted to the locker room. So, I don't know what they do if Penning is out. Yeah. Is it Shane Lemieux at left guard? Is it Dylan Radins? Dylan Radins was bad yesterday. He's the one who gave up the strip sack. He had a procedure penalty for illegal formation. I mean, that's a young veteran who's a former second-round pick that you brought in this year. But he may be the guy. So. Going to be a light show if you go. Well, I mean, but Devin, if I go earlier, we're talking like instead of starts. I mean, remember we used to start at 7, and then we bumped it back. What if I started like 6:50 and end at 7:15? I don't know. We'll see. Family sing along on the way to St. Lillian for the new record tomorrow morning. We could do that. I'm for it. Hey, Bailey, 100% agree with you. I'd rather be terrible to be great in the future than see a team pretending to be great. Yes. That's exactly where I stand. I'd rather take, the way I explain it, I'd rather take 2 steps back to be able to take 10 steps forward. And I think that's what they're doing. Joshua McTaggart. I'm thinking Taysom might be starting WB, and if the other quarterback, if the others play this. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Remember, Kellen Moore didn't bring Taysom Hill here. It was a Sean Payton thing, and he's evolved into his role to where he's a tight end now. And remember, Taysom Hill still isn't even back. And both Taysom and Foster got hurt late in the season. Both likely started the season on PUP. I don't know that we see either of those guys until maybe like October, November. Because they changed it. But they changed the PUP rules for how many weeks someone has to miss if they start the season on PUP. Okay, so you're going to miss the minimum of the first four. So you're going to miss the minimum of the first four, and then and you got to come off of PUP and then gradually accelerate back to where you're able to be on the active roster or active for game days. So please smash the like button if you would, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with us here. Hey, Mark, going to be a lot of punting this year for the Saints. Probably. Brad, good morning. When you get information from LSU, is it from one source or multiple people you know in the building? Depends on the thing. I generally try not to ever singularly source anything because it's a pretty reckless way to go about things. You would have to really, really trust the source. For example, the Nuss thing last week, I texted darn near everybody and probably actually talked to, had conversations with, got information from 5 people. One responded right away. Bradley, Guy, Josh, good morning, y'all. Hey, Dale. My 2 best bets this season, LSU over 8.5, Saints under 5.5. Yeah, I think I agree with both those. David predicting 6-11 for the Saints. 6 feels ambitious, man. I mean, I think 4 or 5 is probably where they settle. I think there's a chance it like the bottom falls out and you're a 2-win team. Hey, Devin, do we get Bama's burning if they lose to FSU? Of course. Oh, my God. Is the Pope Catholic? Does bear poop in the woods? Jalen, good morning. Number 1 today. Suck it, losers. Joshua. Oh, sorry, read that one. That was the one you did. Hey, David, good morning. Alec, we may not have a good season. I'm excited to see Shaheed. Yeah, I mean, I'll continue to repeat. Like, watching the game yesterday, the things that were interesting for me was like getting to see Quincy Riley. Um, the big defensive line. Why am I blanking? Stallbird had a good day yesterday. Chris Rumpf had a good day yesterday. It was fun to watch Danny Stutzman play. Christian Boyd had a big TFL, which was good to see. I guess it was actually a sack. Like seeing some of that. I don't think any of the running backs really impressed. I guess Mason Tipton, but what are we really talking about with Mason Tipton? Same thing every year. West, I'm down from morning scone being earlier. Doesn't make it easier for you. I mean, I get up either way. Just a matter of how I structure my morning. It's very regimented, like by the minute, when I start this, when I end this, like when I get my cold plunge, all this sort of stuff. So I can do it. I would agree. I did go off on the Saints on different messages. However, I calmed down. It's hard. My Cajun temper kicks in. I'm not drinking until the regular season. Staying for LSU except this weekend. Joshua heard Tyson spent a lot of time with coaches here while sidelined for the preseason. Oh, I guess it's Taysom. Thomas start early, Dale in transit edition, so no jingle, LOL. Hey, Chris, good morning. Irfan Sayad Gamorgan. Spencer didn't look good at all. Looks same as last season. Again, the one thing you have to give him grace for is recognizing you don't have your first team offense. You don't have your skill guys. Like, I'm going to reserve judgment until week 1. I'm going to reserve judgment until week 1 and see what it looks like when you actually have a starting offense out there. Dale is a caddy, so he stays in transit. William, nothing on me. So after the game, Kellen Moore wouldn't address any of the injuries. Said that he'll have to check on them and see. Now, I mean, when you get toward the regular season, you got to file an injury report, which you don't have to do for the preseason. So you don't formally have to issue any injury designation. But man, you hate to see when big guys are carted off. And that didn't happen to Bub. That happened. Bub did go off on a cart too. Maybe that's just something they're doing now. Y'all did you notice? So both Clapp and Penning walked off, went to the injury tent, and then got carted from the injury tent to the back. So maybe that's just a new thing they're doing. Getting carted off doesn't mean bad injuries. Maybe it's just an easier way to get to the bottom or to the back. Penning stays hurt. Sucks having an offensive line with injury bug. That's why you need continuity. Guys play at 1. Devin, you say that, but Penning stayed healthy all of last year. It was McCoy that got hurt that started the whole chain reaction of shuffling on the offensive line. But Trevor Penning last year stayed healthy at right tackle. He played all 17 games each of the last 2 years. So he has stayed healthy. Like during his rookie year, yes, he was injured and missed the bulk of his season, but he was healthy the last 2 years, played every game the last 2 years. Bob Schuler, glad all of LSU's assistant coaches showed up this morning. Go this way. Pegasus, morning, Matt. Who's an under-the-radar guy that's caught your eye at LSU practice? I guess you'd have to define what's an under-the-radar guy. I think most everyone would say Bernard Gooden and AJ Halsey, the two spring transfer portal guys, veteran players have played a ton of football, impactful guys. Maybe the answer offensively is Destin Hill, transfer from New Orleans, transfer from Florida State, wears number 2. He's a physical dude. They're going to like he will basically be this year's CJ Daniels. He's not a game breaker, but strong hands, willing blocker. Like he's going to be on the field. Mark, no matter how you put content out, I'm locked in. What's best for Matt is what I say. Got it. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it, man. Hey, Jacob. Good morning. Spoiled aphid does everything. I don't know what that means. Concerned over our right guard position. Ruiz is not a future option. The way he gets beat isn't like ones you say, oh, bad technique or bad hand placement. Cesar Ruiz is going to be your starting right guard. So, I mean, he's been that since they drafted him in the first round, and he's going to be your starting right guard. So, I mean, your starting offensive line, provided they're healthy, is set. I mean, it's going to be Kelvin Banks at left tackle, Trevor Penning at left guard, McCoy at center, Ruiz, and then Fuaga on the right side. And your starting offensive line is set. And you don't have a better option. Hey, Rex, good morning. Brian asked St. Lillian to back up their start time by 15 minutes to accommodate the show. Well, I don't know why. So Drew is moving up into elementary this year, and their start time is a little bit earlier. Hey, Roy, good morning. Alec, if you had to guess how many games you think the Saints win, yeah, I haven't given a formal prediction, Alec, but I'm wavering between 4 and 5. I might land at 5 and 11. I'm sorry, 5 and 12. Sorry, old habits die hard. But I have said pretty consistently, I do believe their ceiling, like everything breaks their way, everything goes right. I think their ceiling is 7. But again, ceiling, like I don't think I think they'll probably land somewhere 4 to 5. Bottom falls out, they could be a 2-win team. And this is going to be a multi-year project. Our quarterback room will get better over this year. Hopefully by next year, you have a legit number 1. If not, then it's going to be a rough job for more. Yeah, if you don't figure it out this year, Ant, then you're going into the draft next year at the top of the draft, and you're picking a quarterback again. Like if you go 2-15 this year, and you have the first or second pick, and neither Shuck or Rattler are any good, you're picking a quarterback next year. Hey, Bubba, good morning. Spurge, good morning. You can't be upset at Tyler's performance. You're basically a rookie. You performed solid. You threw a pick. Learn from it. More disappointed in Rattler's performance. Brad, prefer early. You can read comments. Okay. 3 to 5 wins, maybe. Aaron, good morning. Quentin, good morning. Christian, as a non-Saints fan, I think they don't turn it around until a new GM is hired. Look, y'all know I ain't defending Mickey Loomis. I think it's an abomination that he's still employed. What they needed to do, however, was reset. They got a young offensive-minded coach. They drafted 9 players. They will have a young quarterback this year. They are resetting their cap. Like next year, the Saints cap, let's see, 20. Saints cap, salary cap. Like as of right now for 26, they're $50 million in the hole. And then when you get to 27, they have $147 million in cap space. You see, so like it's turning. So they're going to have to do less cap gymnastics this year for 26, and then by 27 they'll have an abundance of cash to be able to go spend. Stallbird was shown out. Yes, he was. That was great to see.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
All right. Remember, if you need an orthopedic, go to Brockton Roof. You call Parish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com. That's the GLP-1 meds, semaglutide, tirzepatide, the weight loss shots you've heard a lot about. Remember, lowest prices, never any contracts. They can ship your medicine anywhere, so no matter where you live in the U.S., they can help you out. Uniquephysique.com. Then, of course, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Bocock Brothers. Use the code MAT15, MAT15, MAT15 for 15% off your order. Championship cigars are in. This is the championship box. Get yours. Chargers did. They played in the Hall of Fame game. Saban is not saving Bama. Just ask the FSU quarterback. Here you describe Tylen Singleton. Remind me of Duke Riley. I think Tylen Singleton is bigger than Duke Riley, but he is a guy that's coming on. Patrick, what did you think of the Netflix show? I haven't seen it yet. I'd like to. I just haven't seen it yet. Damon, O-line is most concerning. Matt, have you seen anything so far in fall camp to sway your prediction on LSU Clemson? No. Because I think the things that make me lean toward Clemson don't change. They've got a veteran quarterback. They're at home. They returned 16 starters from their team a year ago. Like, none of that's changing, right? So, I would love to. I keep my thing on Clemson that I've said a bunch is I'm stuck in the middle with Clemson because I look at him and I go, oh, what I just said, right? Fifth-year senior, returned 16 starters. We're in the playoff a year ago. You know, good coaches, won a couple national titles. This is a true home game, all that sort of stuff. The flip side of it is they lost at home to South Carolina. They lost at home to Louisville. They only scored 3 points against Georgia. And they went in the playoff and lost. And the only reason they got in the playoff is because Miami choked against Syracuse to let Clemson in. Clemson got to play SMU in the championship game. Whoop-de-doo. Like, what if Miami doesn't choke against Syracuse and blow that big lead, and then Clemson goes 9-3 and goes to the Pinstripe Bowl? Are we having the same conversation about Clemson? Probably not. So I don't know. I'm somewhere in the middle of those two conversations with Clemson. All right, I'm on a Sirius XM here in about 8 minutes at 8 o'clock. And then immediately after that at 8:20, I'm on Mac and Cube with Cole and Greg McElroy on Jocks FM. So lots of ways that you can catch me this morning if you just can't quite get enough here on Morning Scone. Hey, Ronnie, Drew's not at school. Drew starts tomorrow. So, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. It'll probably be a little trial and error here to figure out how we're going to make it work timing-wise. Hey, Joseph, did Moore show you anything as far as how we handle game situations? No. I mean, I think the only game situation, there were two. One was the early red zone opportunity where they went for it. They ran a standard dive play and got stuffed. And then late in the game, they attempted the field goal. The game was, they weren't going to win, but it was a good opportunity to get Charlie Smith out there, kick field goal. Damon, State saw the safety blitz coming. Chuck, premeditated. That throw didn't matter for Brick Wall, surrounded the receiver. He was getting rid of it quick so he didn't take a sack. Curry, LSU, 4 wins max. Patrick Gamogan, what a disservice the legal system does to players like Holly. Hopefully they don't repeat this with Lindsey. Almost like it's deliberate when it should get resolved more efficiently. Yeah, I don't know that it's deliberate, Patrick. I mean, the thing with Holly was I mean, initially, J.R. Belton's dad was the judge. J.R. Belton's on LSU staff, and so he had to recuse himself. So that caused a delay. And then, like the AC going out in the courthouse, delaying everything. I mean, that's just some small town Louisiana-ish right there. Hey, Shelby. Yeah, man. We talked about that a little earlier. I'm excited. I didn't see it until someone mentioned earlier. I'm excited about it. First game for no, Ronnie. The Chargers played the Lions in the Hall of Fame game. It was the Lions or the Bears? Did I keep messing that up? Was it the Lions or the Bears? In the Hall of Fame game last week. That was the day we were at Court's table for AFR. Hey, Deborah. Good morning. Yep. Hey, Damon. I didn't know anyone still actually played pay-per-view. Well, for fights, that's still part of the model, but thankfully that'll be going away for UFC. LSU will upset Clemson. I hope you're right, man. I don't think it'd be a huge upset, but it would be an upset. Brian, prayers for Sergeant Caleb Eisworth. I saw that. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I just saw sort of an in memoriam post on social media. But absolutely. Definitely prayers to their family and for all the brave men and women that to keep us safe. Sorry to end on a little bit of a down note, guys. I do have to bounce. When are you and Chuck Oliver? Whenever Chuck asks, I'm always happy to go with Chuck. Chuck and I text a lot. He'll text me, what do you see to practice sort of thing. We'll text all the time. Excuse me. All right. I got to get out of here, y'all. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. So Sirius XM here in 5 minutes. Then at 8:20, so 25 minutes, I'll be on WJOX Jocks FM in Birmingham with Mac and Cube. And then practice availability at 9:45 today. So we'll be there for the whole practice. When practice ends, we get Blake Baker today. So practice 9:45, Blake Baker afterwards. Then I'll go knock out a Locked On episode with my practice report. So if you are not yet subscribed to Locked On LSU on podcast or YouTube, please do that. Okay. Thanks for being here. Y'all have an awesome day. See you. Peace.